Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, let's see Putin's approval rating and guess where it's at. Obviously it's in the title, but I always ask myself, when you have this kind of guy who we are supposed to have our 5 minutes of hate every day, like in Orwell's 1984 dystopian novel, somehow people approve of his work or whatever he's doing, which we are here told and really pushed into hating everything this guy does. But there are people who admire him and I wonder what's going on here. Because I have another example, not only one, I have more than one, who is in the same boat. And that's the guy from the Second World War. Remember that guy? You know who I'm talking about. Who, we are all supposed to really he was all evil. He was just nothing, zero. Incapable of loving, incapable of, tying his shoes or jerking off or anything. But somehow he had followers, crazy followers. So let's see Putin's approval rating. This article comes from Sputnik, and this is from the 28th of October 2022. Poll. Putin's work approval is 79%. So Putin's work approved by 79% of Russians. So we make sure we make that distinction. So let's see. 4 in 5 of Russians believe that President Vladimir Putin performs well in his professional capacity, and 77% fully trust him. A poll conducted by Russia's Public Opinion Foundation (FOM) showed on Friday. Now you can say, well, all fudged here, it is just fake and so on. Well, I don't know if it's fake or not, but I can't verify that, neither can you, my critic here. But anyway, we can't verify that. And yes, it's true, because being, Russia's Public Opinion Foundation. I don't know if this foundation is governmental or whatever it is, but the fact is we don't know. I don't know if it was fudged or not. Now, let's say it's 77. How much do you think he has? 22? Or like Biden, 30 something. And then now the question, why Putin has in his country 77 or 79 approve of his work, and this guy here in the free world, in the good country, in the exceptional country, which it is, or it used to be, is going down now, I think, has below 40%. How is it possible? The Russians or something, but these guys are so dumb they can't influence the Russian public opinion somehow? Alright, let's read further. According to the study, Putin's work is disapproved only by 10% of respondents. Another 11% found it difficult to assess his performance. Meanwhile, just 14% of citizens expressed their distrust in the Russian leader, while 9% refrained from answering. Now, the poll was conducted among 1,500 adult Russians across 104 urban and rural settlements from October 21 to October 23. So that's pretty hot, just baked right now. The level of support for the Russian president has slightly decreased compared with the FOM polls finding the week prior, when 80% of Russians assessed Putin's professional performance positively, and 79% of respondents expressed their full trust in the president, il presidente. Okay, well, fake or not fake, do you have any other polls? And besides, I don't want to hear the Stalin thing. Russia is not the same as it was Soviet Union in Stalin's time. It is not. I mean, this is what we are expected to believe, but that's not true. That's not true. And I don't have to say it 3 times, but if I say it 3 times, that means I'm like Saint Peter. All right, so again, the question. Let's say this is true. If it's not true, then I don't have to talk about it. But as of now, this is the data I was provided by these guys. And I don't have contradicting data to say, you know what, that's not true because of this and that and that. Okay, so let's work with this data. We want it or not, I will discuss it. So why his population, his people, approve of his work? Obviously, his work is about, right, against United States of America through Ukraine. And believe me, I don't know if the question was asked his work overall. I think it was overall, not in Ukraine or economic or this. No. So overall, so people must be satisfied with that. If they're satisfied with that, you could say, well, they're dumb. Can you say that? I wouldn't. I mean, I know that people from here in the United States, I was one of those cases, when you show up and you have this little or big accent, they think that that's the way you think, like a tard. And that's like, it's normal, because the way you speak, they think that the more sophisticated you are in your, in your English, it shows that your brain, functions and is very, well read, which is not true. It is true to a certain extent. Like President Obama was considered very articulated. He was very articulated, but he didn't say shit. You know what I mean? So he was, when he was talking about something, he was, let me be clear. Okay, be clear. I want to hear what exactly you say. And he was going like this, and then at the end he was like, you didn't say anything. Nothing. I'm exaggerating, of course, just to make it for this, but I know he was not like that. So other people are just direct, clear, normal language. Oh my God, this is like a peasant or something. Could be. But why don't you pay attention to the content, not the little sophistication, you know what I mean, articulation. So in this case, it's very, it's misleading to think that the Russians are, because they are portrayed in the movies and all like funny and somewhere backwards and oh my God, look at these guys. Oh, the women have hair underneath their armpit. Ooh, things like this. Okay, it doesn't mean that she's not a PhD in philosophy if she has hair underneath there. Or a mustache or something. Oh my God, the Russians, they have mustaches. Yeah, but probably we have a brain bigger than one who doesn't have a mustache and is very suave, like, I don't know, Kardashian. Just kidding, all right? I don't want any Kanye West to be upset with me right now, because he's upset with other stuff right now. And a lot of other ones, some groups are upset with him. So, back to this. The Russian society is not an idiot society. Okay, it's not an uneducated society. If you want to, there are uneducated people. Like here, educated means people that don't know, like the world, the history, geography. That's what I'm talking about. They have the bare minimum. That's everywhere. The percentage matters. Now, in this case, these guys, I don't take them that way. Remember, the German society, in the 20s, 30s, and so on, and before, they were the most advanced in Europe with the Brits. But they were not considered like tards, were they? And look what happened over there. Look how many said, yes, sir. I couldn't show the Roman salute because, the Roman salute, those guys use it for 20 years and all of a sudden, all the 1,400 years of Rome, which was not that much, but anyway, that it was 723 or something like this. 700 to what? Let's say about 400 something. So you got about 1,100, let's say. 101,000, and even after that, the Roman salute was a Roman salute, and people waved at one another like we wave here in the street. All of a sudden, some idiots use it. That's it. You don't use that. Really. And what do? We listen to them. We do what they tell us to do. Why? Anyway, beyond the point. So the Germans were intelligent. The society was in a civilized society, and look what happened. So that's why when I look at these guys, he must be doing something in their eyes and in their interest. Now you can say, well, their interest is evil. That means they're evil, right? Well, what are they going to do? I remember when this country invaded and bombarded Iraq. Did you remember the opinion polls on that one? You wouldn't dare to say that, I have a question. Smack! You can't. Are you unpatriotic? Yeah, man. Remember that? United we stand. I remember flags and everything for a few months. Yeah. And it was after September 11, let's put it that way. And then it was the Iraq war. How many opposed those? Just a few? You were unpatriotic. So don't give me that we are always, as a society, because you have the mass media, which works over there, as works over here. So yeah, those guys could be channeled, like we were channeled, like everybody else is channeled. So, as of now, we have that 80%, 79%. Biden has how much? Yes, below 40, I know. He must be doing a bad job, the mass media here. Pfft, these guys are experts. Those guys over there are just weasels, the mass media, in dispersing propaganda. But anyway, what do I know, right? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.